So you fell. I'm sorry. But since you don't have bones, I guess that's fine. You can just fall and weep. It must be nice to sometimes not have a physical form. You can just go whoop and you will not break your bones. So as a continuation of what I have already said, I'm gonna apply my moisturizing material on my lips in this manner, because last time, due to my carelessness, I accidentally made myself an influencer, and I'm not doing that again. So this is an act of rebellion. I am feeling an urge to lift up my right arm and say hello to the people, because there's some people in the white van and it's open. But then I also understand that maybe it's not very acceptable because I'm not a 5-year-old. So I have to suppress my urges to just say hi and smile to the person. But yes, look at the movement of the leaves. It's so cool. This is one of the things why I like making things outside, because I see a lot of things and I go to corners that I wouldn't have otherwise explored. Wait, I just have to find a way to make this stable again. Yeah, I hope we're good. Or I hope it doesn't fall, because it looks like it looks like it will. Wait. Okay. I guess that's stable for now. I'm shy again. But come to think of it, I always get shy, even to my friends. The first few minutes of us meeting, I'm just trying. I'm drenched in some irrational shyness, and I don't know where it's coming from. I literally have known some of these people for at least 2 years, and whenever we see each other, I still feel a bit of inside. I'm not sure how much of it is visible, but so I have to pin my mind somewhere because I can feel it straying again as usual. And earlier I was in a conversation with a lady. I'm not sure if I should call her old, because sometimes I feel like we're just the same age. She just happens to inhabit a body that has more wrinkles. But yeah, maybe you get the context or concept. She has been on this earth longer than I have. And basically, people call this the sunset part of the life of a human being. So I was in conversation with her, and she told me today she's gonna go somewhere to teach the children how to read for 1 hour. And apparently there's this program called, I hope I will be pronouncing this correctly, Lucky Mumi, which is translated to as she as she have relayed on me, it is translated to reading grandma. The concept is basically, instead of the prep school teachers or someone whose job is to teach, they are inviting grandmas, or maybe grandpops, I don't know, also maybe that's also possible, grandmas, to teach the kids how to read. And I'm like, this is so cute in all aspects, because it's not just fun for the children, because they get the homey feeling of the grandma, because grandmas have this vibe that only grandmas can bring. And sometimes being comfortable, or maybe a lot of times being comfortable with the one teaching the hard stuff, makes the stuff easier to learn, or more fun. And on the flip, or maybe other side, the grandmas, since a lot of them in this continent, the grandma or the elderly, they live alone, because in our culture it's not really like that. The grandma and the young ones and the middle, like me, it's all blended in one house a lot of the times. But here I see a lot of elderly living alone and walking alone, and yeah, it's just. And then this also is an opportunity for those grandma or grandpops that are living alone to not feel lonely and reconnected to the rest of the society. So you can see, it's not just for the children, it's also for the elderly that happen to just it makes me sad, seeing this, the elderly living by themselves. It does something to my, whatever this muscle is, because I can see the contrast of how it is in our country. It's not like that, especially when you're older. There's, or maybe it's just because I'm from where I am, or I was born where I was born in. Maybe some elderly also prefer it that way, I don't know. Maybe it's not as sad as it seems from their point of view. Maybe it's just sad for me, because everybody, or everyone at least, needs, from my perspective at least, needs love and companionship. And sometimes a lot of the elderly here, they don't have that anymore. Or maybe they do, I just don't know about it. But there's just a vibe of certain people that you can feel that they aren't receiving as much love as a general human being requires. There's a vibe. Maybe you've seen this also. Then there's a vibe of the elderly also. I have seen that this person, despite the age, has a vibrant sort of life, colorful. The energy is But then there are those also that you can feel that the loneliness of being old, I guess. People are different, like I said in many of my previous videos. It's never 100% with anything. People are, there's so many nuances, but at least this program is nice. The grandma teaching the little ones to read, it's a very good bonding between humans in the different periods of their lives. I have so many doors opening inside my head regarding this modern utopia, but I'm not sure if I have enough time to explore all of it properly, because I am literally living in a modern day utopia in many aspects. Low crime rate, you can walk out as a woman, you can walk out during the night safely without being like this. You can walk out during the night no matter what you're wearing without being like this. You can relax, you can have fun no matter what you're wearing, no matter how you present yourselves. It's not dangerous as it is in my country, for example. It's a different story there. But here, I experienced this freedom first when I was in Norway. I can just, or maybe in the Netherlands also, I guess in the Netherlands also when I was living there. I can walk out during, I don't know, at 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock, and no one's gonna come at me and rub me or do something else with my flesh, and I feel safe. And that's not the only thing. There are more things in here that feels very like a modern utopia for me. Like I said, safety for women no matter what they wear, no matter what hour of the day. Another thing I can think of is the kids, the little, they go to the bus alone. They can do that, the kids, and they're not gonna smuggled or kidnapped. They can do that. They can ride the public transport, the buses on their own. It's literally when I was at the bus stop one time, the person waiting with me is, I guess, just half my size. I was so surprised by this. So that's too safety for the children. Just the sight alone of that kind of renewed me as an individual, I guess. I'm like, that's possible. Kids just going to places by themselves, and it's safe. They will not get their organs harvested. That's so cool. Number 3. What's number 3? What are other things? Your things, your phone, even your jacket, your gloves. A lot of the times, you will find it exactly where you left it. Or if somebody found it and it has your identification, they will reach out to you. This has not personally happened to me, that my phone got lost and I received it back, but it has happened to one of my colleagues. the guy who picked up the phone from somewhere that he left it showed up at his house. He showed up at his house and like, here is your phone, here are your whatever it is that comes with your the phone. And I'm not sure if I forgot if there was prior communication with this, or if the guy just found the address. I'm scared for my phone that it might fall, but if the guy just found the address on one of the identification cards, but he got it, his phone that he lost somewhere showed up at his door. Are we on number 3 or am I mistaken? 4. Children get allowance. Children, they get allowance from the government. That is so cool. Imagine imagine what kind of childhood I would have had if I also get allowance from the government. When I was a child, I think my ultimate dream was to have a little library of my own. But of course, it only happened this year. Or maybe not this year, but I sorry, I'm confusing the years because there's a different time is understood very differently inside my head. Where did I accumulated the books in Norway because of the corona time, and one beautiful lady who is also nearing the sunset of her life sold me for 20 kroners each, and I got at least 20 books from her. And somewhere along the way, I got myself a little bookshelf here in Finland, and now they're arranged properly. So yeah, imagine the kids, they get allowance, and they can just buy food and buy books and maybe save up for something. And that's also part of why I have gained a deeper level of rage. It used to be that my rage is red, but now I guess it has turned white. I have gained a deeper level of rage for the corrupt politicians in our country. I'm aware that it's not everyone, but for those who are, I have a deeper rage. That because imagine what could have happened to our childhood. We could have been happy. It's not just the money that they robbed. It's also our chance to have had a happy childhood and better educations and a better shot at our future. It's not just the money, the millions, the billions. It's the chances of those individual children to have joy and the better chance. Well, wait, I look like I'm in. Oh, look at my eyes. It's so brown. Look. I feel like I should go because I feel myself getting angry, and nothing really good comes out of my mouth when I'm angry. So, and I also have to catch a bus. Catch. I'm still teaching myself how to pronounce things properly. So, yeah. I'm looking at you with my beautiful brown eyes, and I'm saying goodbye to you with my favorite shade of eyes. I only like my eyes when the sun is kind of making them look like light, like that. You get what I mean?